call me One Take TJ, so I don't know which one of us is the problem here.
We're on like take 40 now.
So is it all year my fault or just today?
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Thigpen.
I'm TJ Wengert.
And this is Lancer Central. Grateful to have you along for the ride. We're here to talk about what's going on with Longwood Athletics. He's new here, so I'm going to keep picking on him throughout the show. Well, starting, TJ, with women's soccer, we're looking at a women's soccer side that comes in off of a trip to the Big South Championship game last year. They were fantastic a season ago. And now they're, as you say, stumbling coming out of the gate, 1-2-1 to start the year. Why so harsh?
I don't know if it's harsh, but I think it's just you have to look at the word stumbling. It implies that you're not running full force out of the gates, and a 1-2-1 record certainly backs that up, at least in my mind. But, I mean, you look at it, we've talked about it, out-of-conference schedule, definitely tough. You played a lot of really good teams, and a lot of them on the road.
Well, they played tough teams, and, again, on the road, as you mentioned. They drew this last game at Townsend 1-1, lost 1-0 at Charlotte. That's a tough Charlotte squad. Now, yes, they lost 2-0 against American, but then they also beat up on Richmond 4-0. Was that not impressive, getting 4 goals against Richmond in the span of 15 minutes, by the way?
Okay, yeah, the first 75 minutes, it was a gridlock, but then the last 15 minutes, we really saw the potential and the upside that this women's soccer team has. 4 goals in 15 minutes for any club is incredible.
Well, shout out to seniors Paige Robinson and Kelly Almeida. Paige Robinson had 2 goals in that win against Richmond, and Kelly Almeida, a couple of goals for her so far on the year. She's been great, but shout out to the keeper, Madison Van Dyke.
And Van Dyke's filling huge shoes left behind by Maria Kirby, arguably the best keeper in program history, and so far 80% save percentage. She's only allowed 4 goals in the year. I've definitely liked what I've seen from the young keeper.
Longwood Woso looking strong so far.
So far, so good. Also looking good is maybe the other team we got a little overshadowed a season ago, field hockey. Got their crack at hosting the game. A Longwood tradition standing for the greatest athletic march ever got their chance at hosting for the first time and coming out with a 2-1 win against Bucknell. We had the call for that for ESPN+, and I mean, I'm definitely impressed with what I saw. What do you think?
Well, it was doubly impressive, not just because they got the win in front of a huge crowd. It was a great atmosphere, by the way, but it was against a really solid Bucknell team. That's a Bucknell team that made it to their conference final last year, as did Longwood Field Hockey, by the way. So replacing 7 seniors hasn't been a problem so far. Now, just 1 game in, but they passed that first test against a really tough team. And Olivia Wozniak, she stepped up when Longwood really needed her to. A goal and an assist. She assisted Leonie Verstrada's goal early in the match, and then she converted the penalty corner late in the match in the 49th minute to give them the win. So for her to add in another striker up front alongside Verstrada, that's a great sign, isn't it?
Absolutely. It keeps defenses honest. And also, we talked about filling shoes for Madison Van Dyke, but replacing Adele Nyland, again, one of the best players in program history, and she definitely stepped up when they needed
But it's not just Adele. It's 7 seniors that this Longwood Field Hockey team is replacing. So plenty of talent they brought in, a lot of young talent, but they had a number of freshmen last year, 7 freshmen from last year. So now the sophomore class really asked to step up, and we'll see how they perform throughout the rest of the year.
Without a doubt.
All right, well, looking at men's soccer, the last of our 3 teams we're going to talk about today, they come in 1-0 entering the week. Now, the good news is they got the win. Bad news, they had just 1 win all of last year. So this is a Longwood side that's really trying to recover from what was a tough season from last year. But the 3-0 win against VMI, that's a team that they drew with last year. Positive sign, right?
Absolutely. A step in the right direction, especially when you look at VMI's record a year ago, 0-16-2. Definitely a game you would like to win. And this year, that's what we expected to see from them last year in game 8.0. But this year, they got it done on the road, might I add. 3-0 win, and definitely the step in the right direction, especially when you have 19 newcomers. 19
newcomers, but they brought in a lot of talent for this Longwood team. Jeremy Jacquet in the midfield, number 10. He's the number 10, a playmaker, a really impressive young guy to watch. And then Michaela Bondo, Marcus Gromley, a couple of sophomores in the striking position up front, coming in from Cayuga Community College. That's Central New York.
So we're told.
Yes. Yeah. But those 2 each scored against VMI, and they're expected to do quite a bit up front. And don't forget, you're also going to get Willie Meason back later in the fall. So a number of strikers where they can start to score a little bit more often than they did last year, this Longwood side.
Absolutely. You saw a lot of really good runs at the net a season ago, but that ability to not finish one-on-one opportunities.
Right.
Yeah, and now with Willie Meason coming back, as you mentioned, 2 JUCO transfers, they definitely seem to have what it takes.
All right, so this men's soccer team, they have a lot of talent to coach up. John Atkinson and his assistant coach, Sam Avery, working with plenty of talent. Well, Sam, he wasn't working with any talent whatsoever when he had to deal with the 2 of us. He was coaching us up on how to take penalties. So, well, let's show the fans how adept we are at soccer. We are out here now for our penalty challenge, and we don't know how to play soccer. He may have the hair like Harry Kane. I may have the hair like Zinedine Zidane, but we are not strikers. That is why we have the pro here, Mr. Sam Avery, assistant coach of the men's soccer team. So, Coach Avery, we don't know diddly about football. Can you show us how to properly strike so we can take penalties?
Absolutely. You just need some confidence, and you need to know where you're going to go. A little deception is always good too. All right? So when you're lining up, place the ball down. You want your plant foot to kind of come next to the ball, and then you're going to swing through. Avoid hitting it with your toes. All right? That's a very novice way of hitting it. Take a few steps back, and then you're going to come, nice clean strike on the ball, either your laces right here or the inside part of your foot, and then just try to find a spot where you want that ball to hit in the back of the net. Pretty simple, right?
All right, predictions. I'm going to take 5, he's going to take 5. We are going to try to save each other's. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm gonna have to go with my man Darius here.
All right.
Don't prove me
All right.
wrong. Come
All
on,
right.
bro. Come on.
I'm gonna have to prove you wrong. All right, let's get it.
Let's go. Who said Longwood doesn't have a football team? You look pretty good out there on the pitch.
You know what? Got to give credit to Sam Avery dealing with more than he could handle, I think.
Tough assignment for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's been great having you on as part of this show. And you guys can get used to seeing that flippy hair because he's going to be a part of Lancer Central moving forward.
At least you'll have some hair to look at this year, so.
Well, on that note, I think we're done. Hey, it's been great having you guys here for Lancer Central. We'll catch you next time. Peace out. I'm going to get you for that one.
You gonna give me back? All right, yeah, sounds good. I probably deserve it.
Hey, respect my elbow.